The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Jesse Holley, Kurt Daniels, and Nate Newton.
It's Freaky and Victory Friday!
Yes. Go! Go!
That is Tostitos Championship Plaza outside in front of the Ford Center. Nate, stop. Why are you rolling your eyes at me? Let me get through the intro first. That is the live look at the Tostitos Championship Plaza outside in front of the Ford Center where we have another lovely day. 65 degrees is the high. We are one day away from New Year's Eve, bringing in the new year. So we'll celebrate that. We'll celebrate the victory. He is Nate Newton. That is Kurt Daniels. I am Jesse Holley. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. Say it with me, guys. People feel us. When we speak, this segment is brought to you by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. The Dallas Cowboys took down the Tennessee Titans on Thursday Night Football, 27-13, in an ugly battle.
Yes.
But a battle nonetheless that they won. And I am going to pull away from the mic because you, Nate, have something to say because you've been rolling your eyes at me.
No, man, I'm just waiting on you, man. I mean, why does the Dallas Cowboys, and more importantly, Coach McCarthy, I feel like for the last 4 weeks, this man has been defending winning. When this man has only given us one 12-game victory season last year, he gave us another one this year. Why is he defending that? Why does this man walk up to the mic? And, you see the look on his face. Now, he's saying the right things, but you can tell the look on his face like, here I go again.
You know why. Because
you do know why.
Everybody said, including you, that this regular season doesn't mean nothing if they don't do something in the playoffs.
But still, I am happy that they're winning. Really? I'd rather go to bed exhausted with the win than to go to bed with a loss.
Of course.
They have won 12 games, fellas.
And back-to-back season.
Yeah, with one more to go. So depending on what Philly decides to do this week, this could be another game next week that can be big. I understand, we don't like the interceptions. I understand that we want to rush the passer a little bit more and we want to, get more sacks, but we still averaging 2 or 3 turnovers. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited that this season is going forward.
You're good then.
I'm good because what I've come to realize.
Not worried about the
you
playoffs.
can shake your head, man. This dude, see what I'm saying?
You were way back when you were saying they needed to win. They needed to go 2 rounds in the playoffs.
Preach, come on. No, let Curtis talk. Let Curtis talk.
Let Kurt.
Okay,
come on, don't get it.
Yep, I'll sit back.
Kurt.
Yep.
Kurt,
yeah.
I said last week, you know what, fellas? This is who the Cowboys is. Mm-hmm. Well, Jesse been crying for 8 weeks the same thing. But I said, you know what? This is who they are. They're going to play like this, regardless of what I say, Jesse, or anybody else. Common sense say, and I guess it's the no common sense Cowboys, because common sense say you're going to start getting better and better. But this is they winning by 10 points, 2 scores.
Are you satisfied with 12 wins?
Oh, yeah.
You're not. No, you're not. You need playoff wins. We all do.
I need – when the playoff comes, then I'm going to have a different mindset. Now, I had that mindset up until a week ago. I had that mindset that me and Jess talked about. I agree. But it dawned on me. I'm laying in the bed saying, okay, what can I say new on the show that's going to inspire the Cowboys? Ain't nothing I can say. And it evidently ain't nothing Coach McCarthy can say or Kellen Moore, because this is who they are. This is who they are. The only time that we saw them just dominate, and I'm talking about defensively, was that stretch where our first team quarterback was out. They were just lighting folks up. They're not doing it now. The NFL has adjusted. So this is what we get. We want it. Listen to this, fellas.
We're listening. We're all ears.
You have literally like 10 guys not starting that normally start for you. Because you told the Cowboys, we going with the backup to the backup. We pulling guys off the practice squad. We going to go get a guy we just had 8 weeks.
8 days.
8 days because the guy that's before him don't know what he's doing. So we ain't going to throw him to the wolves. We're going to throw the other dude to the wolves. And we beat him. It was not pretty. And I don't think we had a pretty game, but one all year. We played against the Colts in the fourth quarter with 10 minutes left. We played against Minnesota. Now, those was our pretty quarters. 5 quarters of prettiness. After that, tell me what quarter after that where it's been pretty. It's been all ugly. She's just an ugly lady. I don't care how many times you kiss that toad, she going to be a toad at the end of the day. I'm just being honest. That's what I feel, bro. And now we get in the playoffs, I got a different mindset. But if they going to get turnovers in the playoff, they still may turn this thing out for us.
All right. So here's what we're going to do.
Blockchain?
No, that's the next segment.
Okay.
We want to get the feelings of the fan base.
Okay. All right.
Good.
So the next 2 segments,
Yes, sir.
we're opening up the phone lines.
Let us know how you really feel.
Right.
Okay.
888-855-2297. 888-855-2297. Now, here are the rules. When you call in, we need to know how your mentals and your dentals.
Right.
So
Quickly.
Let us know how your mentals and your dentals are doing. Then give us your feeling. 888-855-2297. We need to know how your mentals and your dentals are doing. Then you give us your feelings about the game, either the game or how you feel about the Cowboys in general. Let's flip to the other side. Kurt, we've heard how Nate feels and defended the Cowboys in their 12-win season in their game last night.
12-4, baby.
How do you feel?
First place schedule,
Well,
baby.
I guess I'm glad for the win. I like the 12 wins. That's an impressive factor. But I think, like most fans, it doesn't exactly.
You're above a fan.
It doesn't exactly.
You're better than a fan.
Does it bring encouragement to what lies ahead in the playoffs? Do you feel better about this team going into the playoffs, knowing that they couldn't just stamp out a Tennessee team that was without several of their best players?
2 scores? They beat them by 14, 15 points.
Not until the fourth quarter, though.
Oh my God!
They kept them in the game.
Now we're gonna see if she put it. That frog ain't gonna get no better, baby.
I know.
That frog ain't get no better.
But,
Not if you put lipstick on it.
happy for the win, but it does get a little frustrating and a little worrisome.
Jesse, want to hear from you?
Yeah, I am not doom and gloom. I told you guys I was no longer going to go with as you were
They
going
beat
with
the brakes off these dudes, man.
They didn't.
No, they didn't.
Okay, 2 scores is not beating the brakes off somebody.
No.
So how bad they got to beat them? How bad? I'm
Do you
serious.
think
The score was.
when did they start beating the brakes off of them? At what point?
They started early in the game.
No, they did.
They started early
When
in the
it was
game.
10-6 at
It just got
halftime?
detoured
Is
for
that
a
when
minute.
they
They
were
got
being-
detoured. I'm saying they got detoured. They had to go around. They had to get off Broadway, come around the back way, and then they got on 40, got off 40 with the whooping them up good after the delay. You know what I'm saying? It took them about 2 quarters of delay. But we beat the brakes off these dudes, man. I'm telling you, this is who the Cowboys.
We're not denying that.
Yeah, they are.
We are not.
Exactly right.
We are not denying that this is who the Cowboys are, and we have to just live with it. That doesn't mean that. Because I have this rule in real life. This is a real life rule that I have. Like, I love people for exactly who they are. Exactly who they are.
Why don't you love the Cowboys?
I love them for exactly who they are.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you are in my life and I know you to be a thief, I love you in that space.
You can't come in our house.
You just can't come in my house.
Right.
If I know you and you're in my life and you're a liar, I love you still the same. I just can't believe anything that you say.
Right. Okay.
And for the Cowboys, I love you for exactly who you are. I just can't let you lead my emotions to believing that you're something that you're not.
They're a 12-win team.
They are a 12-win team.
They only lost 4 games.
They only lost 4. I love them for that. But what I won't do is say that this team is going to the Super Bowl.
Now, I never said that. I said the second round of the playoffs. You can pull it in.
No. You said you needed that. That's what you needed.
I need this. Yes, and that's all I'm asking for, the second round of the playoffs. I'm not. I ain't no, Jess. Not all year. I'm not. When I be like Super Bowl, how about the second round of the playoffs? You got to back me on this, Kurt. That's all I ever said was second round. I ain't never went you with that Super Bowl stuff.
I ain't never.
You know, I ain't not this year. Now next year, yes, they will be there, but not this year.
Now let me say this, because there were some really good things that you can take from this football game.
Mm-hmm.
And the glaring thing that everyone wants to talk about is the turnovers, right? The turnover. And I agree. They have to stop. I don't care if they're Dak Prescott's fault, not Dak Prescott's fault, a receiver's fault, a tight end's fault, a center's fault. I don't care. They got to stop.
Mm-hmm.
They have to stop. It is imperative that they have to, in the name of love. They got to stop. But what is encouraging, I guess, is you would say that the Cowboys on this season have 21 turnovers offensively. 21. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like a lot, right? And for the most part, you'll say to yourself, boy, that's going to be a killer. But what if I told you that there's another 2 teams in the National Football League who has the equal amount of turnovers offensively as the Cowboys, as well as more offensive turnovers than the Cowboys?
Who are they?
The Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills. The Kansas City Chiefs have 21 offensive turnovers. The Buffalo Bills have 24.
So these are interceptions?
Fumbles, interceptions, whatever you want to call them.
We talking about Dak has 14 interceptions.
He has something around there.
Check that. Check it.
12
he
or
has
13.
14.
He has 14.
Yeah, well, I know how many he had. He had 14.
But total turnovers. So guys are fumbling, all that kind of stuff. So however that happens
in the playoffs, that's where your quarterback has to be big. Even if he throws an interception, he has to be big. That thing has to almost be a 2-1 or 3-1 turnover. To
his credit, and if there's anyone on this panel that is not a Dak apologist, it's me. To his credit, on the other side of those turnovers, with the exception of the Packers game, he's been strong. Like, he's turned into a different player after those turnovers have happened.
Where Mahomes sit?
Well, the Chiefs they also have 21 total.
Yeah, but I'm saying where does quarterback interception? See, because our issue ain't our running back dropping the ball.
No.
Our issue has been.
Mahomes is up there. He's. Let me find it.
He's up there. Get Mahomes in his other
Problem
kid.
is he's played 5 more games than Dak.
He's played 5 more
That's
games.
That's the bad thing.
Right. For Dak.
Dak got this for 14. Come on, bro.
But
that's the bad thing.
But he's been able to get over those things. And
Mahomes has 11.
So he has 11.
Allen has 13.
And they've played how many games?
They've both played 15 games. Dak has played 11.
So it is a bad thing. But
we need our defense to keep.
You're not looking at those 2 teams. You're not looking at those 2 teams saying to yourself, "Boy, I don't think they're gonna make a Super Bowl run."
Mm-hmm.
Those
Mahomes corrects his mistakes pretty good, though.
He what?
He corrects his mistakes pretty good.
And so does Dak.
Yeah,
right. So, remember, in the playoffs, I think it was a couple years ago, they were down 21-0 to Houston, and everybody's like, oh, they're gonna get beat, and next thing you know, the final score is 42-21 or something like that. It was crazy.
And herein lies the riddle or the enigma when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. The Kansas City Chiefs have tangible, visible proof that they can overcome these things and make playoff runs. Mm-hmm. Buffalo Bills in recent history have tangible proof that they can overcome these things and make a deep playoff run.
Enigma.
Be careful now.
Enigma. I ain't gonna mess that up. I promise. I'll stop saying it first.
Don't get us all canceled on the show today. You know, but the Cowboys, I think this is the part where people are looking at and saying, I don't know. Because the Cowboys have nothing to show you in 25 plus years that says the things that we see in the regular season as far as turnovers that hinder and hurt teams can be overcome in the playoffs. And I think that is one of the biggest, from a fan's perspective, that gives that level of doubt. Because no one is doubting Kansas City. No one is doubting Buffalo. And they have equal to or more offensive turnovers than we have. Their quarterback has equal to or a little bit more as far as interceptions than we have. But because there's history, recent history of these teams actually getting in the playoffs, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is damn near 4 for 4. Since he became a starter, he goes to the AFC Championship. Book it. Yeah. Book the hotels, book the flights. Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes going to the AFC Championship game. They've gone to the Super Bowl 2 out of those 4 times. Book it, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that is the biggest thing when it comes to the Cowboys, and what everyone is kind of waiting with bated breath of is, can they be exactly who they are, as Nate said, but overcome the issues in the playoffs? We don't know. We'll find out, because right now they're the 5th seed, and we'll continue to see what this thing is. But we're heading into our first break of the show. On the other side of this break, we're taking your phone calls, 888-855-2297. How's your mentals? How's your dentals? And we want to know, how are you feeling about the win for the Cowboys, or how you feel about the Cowboys this season? 888-855-2297. Kurt, Nate, Jesse, this is Hanging with the Boys. We'll be right back.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of fan you are. So whether you're a die-hard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Victory Friday. Cowboys defeat the Tennessee Titans 27-13 on Thursday night football. The Tennessee Titans pulled just about all of their significant players in this game. They were looking forward to next week. The Tennessee Titans take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The winner of that game wins the AFC South, finds themselves in the playoffs. and with the bye. So Tennessee looked at Dallas as just almost preseason game number 3. Some of their guys played, guys like Kevin Byard, who had 2 interceptions last night. But most of their guys, your Derrick Henrys, your Jeffrey Simmons, your Zach Cunningham, a lot of their players did not play last night. And also they started a quarterback that they brought in 8 days ago.
Amazing.
So, shout out to Josh Dobbs for a guy who comes in 8 days ago. He performed admirably. He had 255 yards passing. Yeah. Malik Willis, in the last 3 starts that he had, didn't get over 100 yards passing. No, so for Josh Dobbs to come in on 8 days worth of work from the Lions practice squad and pick up the offense, he made some plays last night. They dropped the ball for him, but you could tell he was overwhelmed at times, and some football sailed on him, and he had some bad plays. But overall, the Cowboys win this football game 27-13, and they put the pressure back on the Philadelphia Eagles. You saw a little bit of Jalen Hurts.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
You saw a little bit of Jalen Hurts.
We won the game, and that's all that counts.
That is all that counts. Yeah. So the Philadelphia Eagles now have to
Do not
win
ignore
this.
me, Jesse.
I am ignoring you. The Philadelphia Eagles now have to go out this Sunday versus the New Orleans Saints, win that football game. They win the division, lose that football game, and now you have a showdown, which at times still hasn't been determined yet for that Washington football game.
I think Sunday after the play, Sunday evening we'll find out all those schedules.
I hope it's a 12 noon game, to be honest with you all.
Give me some.
Give me some.
It could be Saturday.
Yeah, it could be Saturday? Really?
Yeah, we can't
Saturday
have it on
or
Saturday.
Sunday. Saturday or Sunday.
Kyle Yeoman's got a college game. We don't want to.
Kyle Yeomans is calling water polo. You got to be
good.
You got to be damn good to be calling water polo. Like, shout out to Kyle Yeomans. He got basketball, high school football, college football, baseball. Now he called water polo. I think I'm good at stuff. I ain't calling no water polo. I'm sorry. I just can't. I will.
You know if they give you that
right price. For the right price today, I'll do just about anything. I'll do something strange for some change.
I saw Jesse out in the parking lot the other day talking to a dude. Did you know the dude?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he knew him. And I was watching. After about 40 minutes, Jesse started charging. I told that dude, you better stop talking to him.
I charge by the hour. You getting close to that quarter. All right, let's go to the phone lines. 888-855-2297. How's your mentals? How's your dentals? And how are you feeling about the Cowboys? Who we got, Chris?
We got Mohammed in Kuwait.
My God. Mohammed, what's up, my brother? How's your mentals? How's your dentals? And how you feeling about the Cowboys?
I'm doing great. I want to just thank God for a few things. I just want to. God knows that I have 2 hate spots in my heart. One for the Washington Commanders, the other one is for the Eagles. And I just thank Him for letting us beat the Eagles last Saturday. And I hope we do the Commanders in next week and win out. And I want to thank Him for making the New York Giants booty juice. I don't know. Right, but if Jesse Holly says they're booty juice, it must be very.
Everybody said Barkley.
All the callers and all the listeners, Nate, Kurt, and Jesse, and I want to, and the voice that comes from the top. Well, he calls himself Chris. We never see him, but hope he doesn't electrocute the microphones one day and send a bolt of lightning to us overseas. And God, you know that Jerry Jones sold his soul to the devil when he won that 3rd Super Bowl.
With Muhammad, we cannot do that. We cannot do that. Thank you, Muhammad. Happy New Year. We appreciate
Bye.
But we gotta let you go on that one. You can't talk about our boss in that type of situation, Muhammad. That's an off-air conversation. Yeah. You can't say that on his airwaves in his studio in his building.
His employees.
To his employees, because my check is not. I'm waiting for another check to come in the mail soon, y'all. All right, let's go.
Computer said that the reason the team played bad last night was his fault. He tweeted this. He played bad in the first half because he had a date last night with a new girl.
Uh-oh.
So it was his fault because he couldn't watch that first half. But he said the date went well. So
Should I even ask?
Yes, it was.
Should I ask?
It was Nashville. It was a Nashville snow fluffy. It was a little Nashville snow fluffy.
Isn't that what he wanted for Christmas?
That's what he wanted for Christmas. All computer wanted for Christmas was a Nashville snow fluffy. But I'm glad the date went well and you got back to watch the second half of the game where the Cowboys came out with a victory. All right, Chris, who we got on the phone?
We got Gary in New Mexico.
Gary in New Mexico, brother. What's going on? Happy New Year's. How's your mentals and how's your dentals and how you feeling about the Cowboys?
Hey, man, love the show. Everything is good, and I'm feeling great about the Cowboys.
Nice.
And here's why.
Good.
Here's why. McCarthy's building a program. And we'll give you some numbers. He's 11-2 in the month of December since he came to the Cowboys.
Thank you.
This season, 14 of our 16 games have been played against teams that are either already in the playoffs or still contending for the playoffs.
Thank you.
We're beating good teams. We're playing a tough schedule. And I think Stephen Jones and Will McClay and McCarthy, man, they're doing this the right way. I do not want a one-night hookup with the championship like the Rams had last year. I want a covenant relationship with greatness. And I think that's what McCarthy's building. So let's just enjoy the ride, man. Let's enjoy 12 wins. Let's watch football this weekend. Hope that Philly loses. And if they don't, that's okay, man. We're still in.
Preach,
doing good
brother.
things.
All right.
All right.
That was a good
That
call.
was a
That was a
I
good
like
call.
Gary.
Yeah.
Gary, that's how you.
Gary, you ever hosted a
sold
show?
me. He sold
You ever
me.
hosted a show, Gary?
You gonna give him my job?
No, sir. I have not. I'll tell you what, though, but I am a preacher, so I do speak publicly every
there
week.
you go.
Yeah, I got to get rid of Jack. I'm just killing my groove line.
I didn't, thank you, Gary, man. We appreciate you so much. That was a good
Convinced
call.
me.
Yeah, that was a good call. I'm convinced. Super Bowl it is. No, I'm not. Stop.
I'm not either. Now, he can
Gary,
speak publicly, but I ain't going
Gary,
for
you
that.
that was good. You wasn't that good. We appreciate you.
He said McCarthy's building something. Is he at a point now where even if they don't do well in the playoffs, he's back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm tell you what, man. Yeah.
The last time the Cowboys went back-to-back years with 12 wins, the Big 61 was playing.
So you tell him. So all right, this is
The big,
Yes.
The tuna didn't even do that. The big tuna. Come on, Jesse.
I just find it. This is just me. And I'm okay to. Here's what you guys. And you guys know this about me already. I am so fine on staying on the island by myself and fighting the world. I am okay with that. And Freaky Mike's my guy. Remember, I am the only one.
Pretty much, but you got that sword.
I am.
I'm about to stab him in the back with it.
Judas. I am the only one who stood on the table for Mike McCarthy when he was hired. You didn't want him. You didn't want him.
No.
Shannon didn't want him.
It was
You
a
did not want
caveat
him.
came with
You
mine.
did
Yes,
not want
it was
him.
a caveat.
Okay, you wanted him, but you wanted him to call plays.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I was mad at him for a whole year because I'm like, man, why don't you call him plays? But now he has a hand in the play calling.
To use Pastor Gary's words, Jerry Jones would not mind a one-night hookup with Sean Payton.
That ain't happening.
If he come calling.
That ain't happening, bro.
If Sean pulled out him and give up the ghost, if Sean give up the ghost, Jerry gonna have that. He gonna have that relationship.
So
I do.
I think McCarthy's done enough.
Okay. We'll see.
Why would you get rid of a man that gave you 12 back-to-back 12-win seasons? In the playoffs haven't gotten here yet. So that's we got to be patient.
If it's 12 back-to-back win seasons and it's also 12 back-to-back 12-win seasons and first-round exits, that's all that. At this point in time, the money's going to be there in the regular season. People are going to keep showing up for these football games because they love the Cowboys. They're a spectacle. They're a show on the road and at home. But you and I and all of us all know the money, the real money that Jerry Jones and company wants comes in January and February. That's what they want. And if you got 12-win regular seasons and first-round playoff exits, that's going to stink. That first-round playoff exit will sting, will diminish everything that they did during the season if they get a first-round playoff exit.
I'm with you on that. But it's still not gonna get my coach fired.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the call. Let's go to the phone lines. Chris, who you got?
We got Steve in Austin.
Steve in Austin. How your mentals? How your
$6
dentals?
million man.
And how you feeling about the Cowboys?
Oh, man, my mentals they're off the chart right now. I mean, I tell you what, this team's driving me crazy. But the thing is that McCarthy he does good most of the time, but I think sometimes he needs to pull the reins back on the offensive coordinator because some of these calls, running when they should be passing when they should be running, especially here lately, is not been good. But as far as Dak, man, Dak's okay. The thing is, at least 6 or 7 of those were not on him. So, everybody counts all 14 interceptions, but I don't see all 14 on him. So I think those numbers are exaggerated. But one thing I really hate, man, I hate listening to Shady McCoy. I tell you what, man, I get tired of these haters, man. These haters, man, I tell you what. And then they talk out the other end of their body, man. I tell you what, because it's like it's okay for their team to do it, but when Dallas does it, oh, man, Dallas sucks. Dak is ass. So it's – man, I said this team is going to be fine when they hit the playoffs. I think they're going to do just good because the good thing right now this year is that they're playing to their teams, man. If the team are playing it sucks, they play down to them. But when the team is good, they whoop ass. So I'm telling you, I think they'll be fine.
All right, man. We appreciate the call. Thank you so much. And those calls were brought to you by blockchain.com. Also, ACM. This is how we country. Country Music Party of the Year is coming to the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. The Academy of Country Music Awards are always bringing you, turn page, country music brightest stars together under one roof, and no one does country like Texas. Witness history on May 11th. Get your tickets at SeatGeek.com. We're heading back to the phones, 888-855-2297, 888-855-2297. How's your mentals? How's your dentals? How you feeling about the Cowboys? And he said something about Dak and the interceptions and all that stuff. We'll hit that at the top of the next segment.
No negativity. Let's be positive.
We're just talking about it. We're having a conversation.
Be positive, Jess.
We're having a conversation. Negative Nate, positive Jess.
Gilligan on the
Kurt.
island by himself.
I'll be on the island by myself, baby. I'll take it, baby.
The island
Hanging
by
with the boys.
himself.
We'll be right back. Stay
Jess again.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
Hey, Cowboys fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience AT&T Stadium's exclusive VIP Owners Club. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys on this Victory Friday. We're heading to the phone lines to take your calls. How your mentals, how your dentals, how you feeling about the Cowboys. One thing that the last caller said that I want to talk about quickly. Talked about Dak Prescott and being a quarterback and he's okay. And I agree with that. But here's where I do stand with the Dak-Kellen Moore relationship. and just hear me out for 30 seconds. I think that Dak has reached his ceiling with Kellen Moore. And I reached out to a couple of people who were in the room with those guys back in the younger days. And I said, man, what is it? Like, what is it about these two that they can't seem like they don't have a rhythm, they won't have a rhythm? And I talked through this with my guy, Will Steele, and I do the pre and post game show with him. And it talked about Dak and Kellen is not coach to player. It's peer to peer.
Oh.
And so when you're having that conversation with a peer, at times I can't push you as hard as I want to push you because I look at you as a peer. You look at me as a peer.
Okay.
You don't look at me as an authoritative figure. Because at one point in time, you and I were sharing the same room.
Yeah.
We were in the same situation trying to get a job. And now that you're the offensive coordinator, are you willing to push me beyond the point of our friendship being fractured? Because you and I are peers. It ain't like it's Andy Reid or someone else where you look up and you're saying, oh, that's an authoritative figure. I need to understand. I need to obey. I need to fall in line with that.
So every coach at some point kind of has to give a player a kick in the butt. You don't think Kellen can do that with?
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's more so friendly back and forth peer to peer than it is coach to player. And I think with Kellen Moore, who's someone who's still kind of learning on the job, with a guy like Dak Prescott who has talent, he doesn't have exception. He doesn't have the strongest arm. He doesn't have the fastest legs. So if a guy's trying to figure things out in his own right, how am I pushing the guy who is, when I say limited, please don't attack. I don't mean limited as he can't play, but he doesn't have a Patrick Mahomes arm or Josh Allen arm or one of those strong arms or just outrageously talented as far as from the mechanic standpoints. There are players that coaches need to elevate them, to do things for them schematically that extends and brings out who they are as a player. And I think those two haven't figured that out yet. And that's why I feel at times that Dak has capped out. He's hit his ceiling with Kellen Moore. And as he's getting into his career, if that change isn't made where someone else can come in there and give him a different outlook, a different thought process on how things should be done, how things should go, and put things together for him, I think and his ceiling is not a bad ceiling. I mean, 4,000 yards, 30, it's not a bad ceiling, but it's like, can you bust through that glass ceiling? I think it's hard because it's peer-to-peer and not authoritative figure to player.
That was 2 minutes.
Sorry. Let's go to the phone. Let's go to the phone lines. 888-855-2297.
It was good.
Chris, who you got?
I'm sorry. Yeah, we've got Taz in Southern California.
All right, Taz in SoCal. How's your mentals and how's your dentals and how you feeling about the Cowboys?
Oh my God! First and foremost, it's so good to just talk to you guys. My mental is okay. A win's a win. The question I really got is from my boy Nate. You know how apparently with quarterbacks, in order to make a good quarterback in a way, you need a good line. When Biadasz was out and they put, I believe, Steele in, but what I noticed, they put Peters at left tackle, Tyler Smith on right guard. Was that the right move? Because I felt like maybe
that's the only one they had at the time.
As far as as far as like Tyler Smith be at left tackle because he was more mobile and he can kind of help catch like some of those quicker defensive ends and all that stuff. That's all.
I'm with you.
Chaz, thank you for the call, man. We appreciate you. Happy New Year, Nate.
That was a quick fix right then. Shift everybody down one. Take the left guard, put him at center, put the left tackle at guard, and brought Peterson off the bench. That was their quick fix for what was going on right then.
Is that the look going forward? Because right now reports are saying that he may have a high ankle sprain.
Didn't look good. And
he got carted off, but then came back on the sideline, was in a boot. And if it's a high ankle sprain, you're talking about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe.
Definitely out next week.
Definitely out next week. So do you go McGovern center, Tyler Smith guard, Jason Peters tackle, and keep the right side intact?
You know what? However they do it, they better hurry up and do it. I'm not finna sit here like we've done for 8 weeks, 10 weeks trying to figure out the rotation, how they want to do it. You cannot, I promise you, be rotating guys during the playoff game. So it ain't going to work. You playing too good of a defense. Mm-hmm. So that ain't going to work. So whoever they got to get in there and try to get some mental and physical reps, however they want to do it. So I'm going to let everybody else guess. But however you're going to do it, you better put it together quick because
they got a good test coming up this week against the Washington Commanders in that defensive front. So whatever they're going to have to do, they're going to have to do it quick because those guys up front in Washington, and they would want nothing more than to add another loss to the Cowboys' record before the season ends. Yeah. All right, Chris, back to the phone lines. Who we got, Chris? How's your mentals and how's your dentals?
We got Pete in Orlando.
Pete in Orlando, brother. How are you? Happy New Year. How's your mentals? How's your dentals? How you feeling about the Cowboys?
I'm feeling great about the Cowboys. I'm enjoying this 12-game wins, and they need to stay hard on that. And my situation with everybody else and the coach there, they've been doing an outstanding job. It's hard to get to that level. You guys as the players, and I appreciate you taking this call, but you also got to look at the Tampa situation when you talked about the Dak Prescott and the Pierce type situation. But I'll leave that to you guys. But Happy New Year, and thank you for taking my call.
Thank you, man. I think he's more so alluding to Tom Brady and Byron Leftwich, what being, Tom and Byron kind of being similar and close in age. Yeah. But again, you're talking about arguably the greatest quarterback in NFL history.
Not sure anybody's telling him what to do.
But look here now, and you talking about a quarterback who thinks totally different. It's only 2 guys that think on this level, maybe 4. You want to add the Kansas City guy or the Buffalo guy. But now, don't get it confused here now. And you can take it how you want. Tom don't do that. Tom don't. You ain't gonna hit Tom after the game saying, "Hey, you got to be aggressive." I'm gonna force that in there because if Tom got to throw it to the back, coming out of the backfield 35 times, that's what he's gonna do. Mm-hmm. He thinks Dom, no, bro. Nah, that ain't Dom. Don't do it. I mean, I love Dak, but Tom Brady has shown you over the years with less players what he can do.
Mm. Yep. All right, let's head back.
Can I get a couple shout-outs
here?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Clarence Yee, he's feeling some relief here. He likes it. Bo Garland says that with all the injuries on defense, this is a different team now, which could be troubling. Muhammad says he's sorry. He wanted to apologize.
We love you, Mo.
Curtis Perry is feeling real good. He's at work.
Kurt, what's up? What's up, Kurt?
Our man G from Jersey, he says this team is what Jesse has always described as the father that leaves you waiting on the porch.
Ooh,
they talk a good game, get your hopes up. Every now and then they get you something nice, but until this team delivers in the playoffs, nothing now matters.
Tell that to Nate. That's to you.
I tell it right here, my friend.
That's to you.
Winning has to be the only thing that can satisfy you. And I'm sticking to my guns. This is who the Cowboys
Computer
are.
says otherwise.
Yeah.
But he says them snow flurries that he got out in Nashville, they satisfy him as well.
But in the playoffs, it's a different mindset. If you've been struggling in a certain area, you don't go there. You don't do that. As a quarterback, you look at self first because that's where you win. That's where you the big man. That's where you prove that you're different than the other guys.
And does that and I would say again, not defending Dak. Even last night when Dak walked to that podium, he was getting ready to like if you go back and listen to his interview, he was getting ready to call that first interception a drop on first, and he caught himself. And he said, we got to just do better. I got to do better. And he didn't even the world knows who that fault was.
Yeah.
But even in that moment, Dak was still man enough to stand on that podium and go, I'm not going to sell Ferg out on that one.
No.
He knows he got to catch that. I'll eat it.
Right.
And I'm not even going to give the papers, the people enough to write that I said that. And he caught himself, and I said, okay, he's always thinking about his team. And that's why you see guys on this football team that come to Dak's rescue in any and every time because they know like he's a solid dude.
That ain't I'd never talk about me, you, Kurt. We know football enough to know that right there was not Dak's fault.
Right.
I'm talking about throwing into coverage where a guy had you on the top and the bottom. That is where Dak, Coach Kellen, and Coach McCarthy and the quarterback coach have to sit down and say, Dak, that can't happen, because that late in the game, that is what's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Not,
Isn't there a risk though that then he gets gun shy, and then instead of being too aggressive, he's not aggressive enough?
It's these dudes were standing there.
That pass had no one that the second one Kevin Byard intercepted. That pass had no chance of being completed.
He's got some others down the middle, that earlier. Isn't there a balance though? Because I think I would rather have too aggressive Dak than not enough aggressive.
But it's when. Like there are moments in time in the game where you have to be aggressive, right? It's like, games on the line. I gotta try to fit this one in there because what's left. But in those moments, a coach will always tell you, we want to end in a kick, a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. We don't want to give the ball over because we're talking future, and we're looking at it and we goes, you turn it over to Tom Brady like that. That might be 7.
Yeah.
You do that more often than not.
Stops, or was it gonna?
Yeah. And the one thing that the Cowboys have to do a better job doing, and we didn't get a chance to get all into this, but like in the last 3 games maybe, the Cowboys have found themselves in a lot of 3rd and longs. Now they have succeeded in that. But again, that's not a formula that you want to adopt. 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. Like you got bailed out 2 weeks in a row by 2 bad passes. Like you got bailed out in a 51-yard pass by T.Y. Hilton, and then you got bailed out by a 51-yard PI interception. PI call last night. So it's certain, and they were in a lot of 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 9s, and Dak has bailed them out. That's something that you just don't want to always do. But the Cowboys won nonetheless. A win is a win is a win is a win. And the Cowboys back-to-back 12-win seasons, Nathaniel. The first time since you were roaming around the football field.
Rolling
around the football fields in Irving, Texas for the Dallas Cowboys. That's it for our show. We will not be here on Monday. No shows are happening on Monday. So we get an opportunity to say Happy New Year to you all. Happy New Year, Kurt. Happy New Year, Nate. Happy New Year, Chris. Happy New Year to the listeners. We appreciate you for all that you do, for listening, for calling, for tweeting, for texting, for everything. We could not do this without you, and that's why we are the most watched show on YouTube, because of you. I pray that we continue to give you great content in the new year, and I pray that we're doing this for 5 more weeks.
You betcha.
Yeah? What do you say?
Well, we're going to be doing this at least 3.
Oh, all right. For Nate.
We'll be doing it 5 weeks. It doesn't matter how often we do it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We'll be doing this,
I pray that we're talking about Cowboys playing for the next 5 weeks.
Commanders game there. Yeah, then we get to play. We won the first game. Yeah, we'll be doing at least 4 more weeks. Yeah.
Gotcha. For Nate, for Kurt, for Chris in the back, for Audio Jazz, for Bro Willie,
hey,
and
for the star, baby.
You. We thank you. We love you. Happy New Year to you all. I am Jesse Holly. This is Hangin' with the Boys. We out!
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.